Good day, viewers, and welcome to yet another wonderful episode of Government and Public Service Reports on your #1 Atlantic Television Network program. Here we bring you the news, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program. The program brings you government and public activities to the doorstep of the people. We'll go through the highlights of today's reports. In the headlines, 30 die in road crashes in Kano State. 5 locations to convert petrol vehicles to CNG. Randy Waldrum resigns as Falcons coach. Rich people don't pay tax, says Deputy Governor of the Cross River State. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we go straight into the details. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now we dive into the details for today. In the summaries, Rivers State House of Assembly at its 41st legislative sitting at the second session frowned at the purported appointment of some individuals as chairman and members of the Rivers State Investment Promotion Agency by the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, describing it as illegal and a huge disappointment. The House expressed displeasure when the chairman of the House Committee on Commerce and Industry, Honorable Gerald Oforji, presented a report on the purported inauguration of the board of the River State Investment Promotion Agency by Governor Fubara. A statement signed by the Special Assistant on Media to the Speaker, River State House of Assembly, Martins Nwachuku, said in its report that the committee stated that such an agency, if properly established, would create a conducive climate to attract and grow businesses in the state, but regretted the absence of any law known to the River State House of Assembly establishing such an agency, adding that if such law exists, the individuals who so nominated would have been subjected to the confirmation of the River State House of Assembly. His statement said, while relying on the findings of the committee, honorable members commented on the report, pointing out that the governor, in the exercise of his power, has relegated decency in governance to the background. Speaking on the purported appointment and inauguration of the board of the agency by the governor, the Speaker, Right Honorable Martin Chikia-Mehule, said, the action of the governor in appointing some individuals to an agency not known to any legislation in the state is condemnable, and why Governor Fubara would continue to deliberately act in defiance of extant laws and the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as altered. Knowing that such acts constitute misconduct, Right Honorable Amewile also recalled a similar action taken by Governor Fubara when he professed to the appointment. Rivers State House Police Commissioner CP Olatunji Disu has paraded one Fred Monday, a suspected cultist who has been impersonating as an inspector in Nigerian police. CP Disu said on August 9, 2024, at about 11:45 p.m., operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of the River State Police Command responded to an intelligence report of a criminal operation in Luegbo community in Kana local government area. He explained that on arriving at the scene, the police met with an ongoing gruesome cult initiation process. 5 suspects, later found to be students of the Ken Sariwa Polytechnic, were arrested and confessed to being members of the Vikings confraternity, and they have been charged to court and are presently in a correctional center. CPDC said Fred Money is a confessed member of the Iceland cult group and has been carrying out numerous crimes using the cover of being a policeman to terrorize his victims. The Rivers Police Chief said Monday is also an armed robber who operated as a keke, which is a tricycle rider, during the day, scanning the area for possible victims to attack under the cover of night, adding that investigation is still on as the police is getting closer to rounding up other members of his gang. The listed exhibits recovered from the suspects are one AK-47 rifle, 10 magazines, and 29 rounds of live ammunition. We move on to Lagos, where the police command has launched an investigation after the body of a 17-year-old Adeolu Olubade was found buried in a shallow grave inside an apartment on Jesus Assembly, Omugua Street, in the Ejigbo area of the state. Reporters learned on Thursday that a 30-year-old suspect who decided to withhold his name linked to the crime has been arrested and detained by the police command. The spokesperson for the state command, Benjamin Hude, PM and 7 p.m. on September 2nd, 2024, Hude noted that the grieving family identified the 30-year-old suspect as being responsible for the heinous crimes. He said, quoting him, on September 3rd, 2024 at around 8 a.m., a family member of the deceased approached and reported at the station that his 17-year-old cousin was discovered dead and buried in one of the rooms at Jesus Assembly Street, Omugua, Ejigbo. They suspected the crime was carried out by a 30-year-old suspect of the same address between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Based on this report, a team of detectives was dispatched to the crime scene and took photographs of the shallow grave before the corpse was exhumed. The body has been taken to the Isolo General Hospital for a post-mortem examination. The suspect mentioned has been apprehended, and the shovel suspected to have been used to bury the victim has been recovered, taken to the station and registered as an exhibit. The command spokesperson added that the suspect would be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Unit at Alagbon for further investigation. Reports say in October 2023, on the alleged killing of the 31-year-old woman named Frejiro Ojite, who was reportedly murdered in her apartment in the Agility area of Ketu, Lagos, on July 27, 2023. In a different story, Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has deployed over 35,000 police personnel, which is to be complemented by another 80,000 personnel from the other security agencies in the Edo State governorship election. Speaking at the stakeholders meeting in Benin City, Edo State, Egbetokun directed that all the local security outfits in the state which were suspended remain suspended in the state, adding that the management of election security is solely the responsibility of the Nigerian police and other national security agencies within the Inter-Agency Consultative Committee on Election Security. He warned that any group or individual engaging in unauthorized security functions would face immediate arrest and prosecution, and also warned all potential troublemakers contemplating disruptive actions to abandon such intentions. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who also spoke at the occasion, assured that sensitive materials for the election would arrive Edo State next week and water housed in the Central Bank of Nigeria, and explained the various steps the commissions had undertaken to ensure free, fair and credible election in the state. In Ondo State, the police on Thursday said it had arrested a driver whose identity had not been revealed yet, who drove the car that allegedly crushed two students of the Federal Polytechnic, Ile-Oluji, to death. Reporters gathered that the fatal accident happened along the Akure-Ondo Expressway late evening on Wednesday at the Olokuta community in Akure South local government area of the state. The victims, Chukwu Athanasius and Oladokun Oyindamola, were said to be on a motorcycle when the speeding Toyota Camry allegedly hit them, leading to their instant death. The police public relations officer, Ms. Fumilayo Odulami, who confirmed the arrest of the driver, said the suspect was already in police custody, while the corpse of the deceased had been deposited at the morgue. The corpses of the victim have been deposited at the morgue, she said, while the driver of the vehicle is already in police custody, the PPRO concluded. Similarly, the Ondo Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Mr. Samuel Ibitoye, pointed out that the accident must have been caused by overspeeding and wrong overtaking. Ibitoye stated the crash occurred at the Best Solution Polytechnic area of Olokuta, Ondo Road. A motorbike, red in color, was involved. It was a head-on collision where 3 people were involved and 2 of them died immediately. The probable cause of the crash was speeding and wrong overtaking. The FRSC boss urged road users to be patient and obey traffic rules whenever they are on the roads. Meanwhile, the National Association of Nigerian Students Joint Campus Council, Ondo State Chapter, in a statement, described the incident as a tragic blow to the student community. The statement was jointly signed by Oluwarotimi Tobiloba Joshua, Oluwanishola Ajibola, and Kehinde Blessing, the Chairman, General Secretary, and Publicity Relations Officer of the association, respectively. This loss is a heavy blow to the Ondo State students community, quoting them. The tragic deaths of Chukwu Athanasius and Oladokun Oyindamola reminds us of the fragility of life. These were young individuals with promising futures, and their loss is deeply felt, the statement read. Federal government has announced plans for immediate commencement of upgrade in the Alau Dam in Maiduguri, Borno State. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by the Director, Information and Public Relations at the Federal Ministry of Water, Resources and Sanitation, Fumi Imwetinya, on Thursday. The statement noted that the move is aimed at tackling the persistent challenges posed by the dam's overflow and making a permanent solution to the recurring flood disasters in the region. It said the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, made the commitment during his visit to Maiduguri on Thursday alongside the Minister of State, Bello Goronyo. The minister delegation, which included technical directors, water experts, agencies, and heads of social government officials, carried out a thorough assessment of the recent floods, which displaced residents, submerged farmlands and homes, and disrupted economic activities across Maiduguri. Utsev, however, assured that a team of experts from the ministry is on site already in Borno State, conducting a comprehensive evaluation of the Alau Dam to assess its current condition and recommend swift action to enhance its capacity. Quoting him, "We are committed to a thorough overhaul of this critical punish. Sanctions will be enforced for any delays or substandard work." He further assured the public that alongside the dam upgrade, coordinated efforts would be made to curb the spread of waterborne diseases in collaboration with the state government. Utsev said sanitation kits and water treatment facilities would be provided to displaced persons as part of the ministry's immediate intervention. On his part, the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, thanked the ministries and their team for their swift response and support during the critical period. He stressed the importance of conducting a detailed study of the dam to assess its capacity, establish hydraulic structures, and enhance flood forecasting systems. Zulum also underscored the urgent need to address desertification and invest in clean energy and irrigation systems to combat the escalating impact of climate change. An early morning incident along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway claimed 21 lives on Thursday. The incident, reporters learned, involved a trailer truck and a passenger Hummer bus heading for Kano and Batsari town in Katsina State. An official of the Federal Road Safety Corps Commission who participated in the rescue operation said 3 passengers who survived the incident were rushed to the Umaru Musa Memorial Hospital in Sabonwuse town for medical attention, while the remains of the victims were deposited at the hospital morgue. He noted that the accident took place close to a route diversion that forced all motorists from the two opposite directions to drive on a single lane. It was gathered that the driver of the articulated vehicle had fled the scene, leaving behind his vehicle along with another container truck, blocking the ever-busy way. There was a report of traffic build-up from two axes of the expressway as at the time of the filing of this report. The Divisional Police Officer DPO in charge of the Safa Division, SP Idris Ibrahim, confirmed the incident but said he is in the process of compiling the report to the State Command. When contacted, the command spokesperson ASP Mansour Hassan didn't respond to calls as at the timing of the filing of this report. Similarly, at least 9 people have lost their lives in a road incident that occurred along the popular Zaria Road in Kura, local government area of Kano State, leaving 3 others with various degrees of injuries. The spokesperson for the Federal Road Safety Corps, Kano State Command Abdullahi Labaran, in a statement said the tragic crash occurred on Wednesday, 10th September 2024. Abdullahi explained that the crash, which involved a truck and a tricycle, affected a total of 12 people. Quoting him, "Unfortunately, 9 people have lost their lives in the incident, while 3 others sustained injuries," he added. The victims were evacuated to Kura General Hospital for urgent medical attention. He also said preliminary investigation revealed that the crash was caused by a wrongful overtaking, which led to the loss of control of the vehicle. While advising road users to exercise caution and avoid unnecessary loitering and hawking along the highways to avoid similar tragedies, Labaran reiterated the importance of adhering to traffic rules and regulations and urged drivers to maintain safe speed while approaching major towns along the highways. Do not forget we are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our socials and watch us Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X formerly known as Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. In Kwara State, Police Command has confirmed the abduction of a businessman identified as Emeka Nwachukwu from his clinic in Kosubosu, headquarters of Baruten local government area of the state, by some gunmen suspected to be kidnappers on Wednesday night. Nwachukwu was reportedly abducted at about 8:30 p.m. by some gunmen who invaded his clinic on the outskirts of Kosubosu and took him to an unknown destination. Reporters gathered that the abductors on Thursday morning got in touch with the family of Nwachukwu and demanded a ransom of 100 million naira before his release. It was further gathered that the family of the victim has been negotiating with the abductors, confirming the abduction while reacting to an inquiry on Thursday. The police public relations officer in Kwara State, DSP Ejire Ademi Tone, said, quoting him, "The Kwara State Police Command is aware of an unfortunate kidnap incident that occurred in September 11, 2024. It was reported that Mr. Emeka Nwachukwu was kidnapped in a clinic owned by him in the outskirts of Kosubosu town. He was taken to an unknown location. The police, alongside the vigilantes in the community, have intensified efforts to rescue the victim unharmed. This is a confirmation of the incident, please," the PPRO concluded. Ejire Ade Shaland, Oba Gabriel Aromolaran. Condolences. The announcement of the monarch's death was made in a statement signed by the Asiwaju of Ijeshaland, Chief Yinka Fasui. Oba Aromolaran, who passed, was 86 years old and passed after a 42-year reign. In a statement by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu expressed his sadness over the passing of the Ijesha monarch, praising his contributions to nation building and the education sector in particular. He said, as a traditional ruler, Oba Aromolaran kept his palace above the fray of partisan politics. He was open to all political tendencies. On behalf of the federal government, President Tinubu extends heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Osun State, the good people of Ijesha land, and the family of the late traditional ruler, Onanuga said. Ex-President Obasanjo, in a condolence message delivered by his special assistant on media, Kehinde Akinyemi, noted that the late Oba Aromolaran used his influence to advocate for peace, understanding, and development in Ijesha land and across Osun State. He said, his wise counsel, inspiring leadership, and consistent, dependable support will be deeply missed. His formidable contributions to the development of his community, the state, and the country will remain inedible in the memory of all who had the privilege to know him, Obasanjo said. In a measure of his selfless and qualitative service to our dear country, that he was honored with the revered National Award of Commander of the Federal Republic, he added. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar also expressed his sadness over the monarch's death on his X handle. He wrote, "The late Owa was more than a father-in-law. He was loved dearly. He was a great monarch and personified the boldness, courage, and discipline of Ijesha progeny." Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke expressed his sorrow over the monarch's death, describing him as a father figure and a pillar of support. In a condolence message signed by his spokesperson, Olawale Rashid, the governor said, "We will miss him dearly, but his impact on our lives and the development of Osun State will never be forgotten." Kabiyesi was a deeply selfless father who took no prisoners when it came to matters of development and the well-being of the people. He was a friend of good governance, regardless of political affiliation, Adeleke added. He also said, "The last time I was with him was during the flag-off of the dualization of Brewery Palace Road. I am glad our late erudite scholar witnessed a new phase of development for Ijesha land." The Oboni people of Ipole, Ijesha, Oba Samson Oyele, has declared a 7-day mourning period for the late Aromolaran in an official confirmation of the monarch's passing. Oba Oyeleye, who in a statement of the Ijesha South Traditional Council said, "I want to confirm and announce the transition to glory of His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Gabriel Adekunle Aromolaran, a foremost traditional ruler in Nigeria, who passed away on Wednesday, September 11th. He reigned for 42 years, during which he served as the chairman of the Osun State Traditional Council and the chairman of the Ijesha Traditional Council. During his reign, Ijesha land saw the establishment of its university, the University of Ilesha, and the completion of Ijesha Land Generative Center, one of the largest community-funded projects in Nigeria. We have declared a 7-day mourning period in his honor. A curfew will be placed from today, starting at around 10 p.m. to 6 p.m., and all marketers in Ijesha land will be closed for 3 days starting from tomorrow. Since our king's influence extends across Ijesha land, including Ilesha, West, East, Atamukoso, East, West, Oriade, and Obokun local government areas of Osun State, we urge all residents of Ijesha land to observe this announcement. The curfew will be in effect for the next 7 days. Nigerian government is offering free CNG conversions for vehicles at various locations in 6 states. Lagos, one of the states, will have 6 designated conversion centers, and vehicle owners will be offered free kits. The initiative is expected to reduce fuel costs for motorists following the removal of the fuel subsidy. The federal government, through its Presidential Compressed National Gas Initiative, has kicked off the free compressed natural gas conversion program for vehicles. The initiative will kick off on Friday, September 13th, and also on Saturday, 14th, in Lagos, Ogun, Ibadan, Abuja, and Kaduna. The program will see selected vehicles converted from petrol to CNG at no cost. to the owners, a move the government hopes will promote the adoption of CNG as a mainstream fuel for transportation. The initiative is expected to help reduce fuel costs for Nigerians, as CNG is significantly cheaper than petrol. In the message, it said, act now and take advantage of our limited offer on the first-time, first-come basis. Secure your free conversion and unlock access to subsidized fuel prices for as low as 230 naira per litre. Do not miss out on the opportunity. The first 50 cars to be inspected will pass conversions, will get free kits immediately and enjoy 230 naira per SCM of CNG at any filling station. On Friday, 13 September from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The locations are Lagos, Abeokuta and Ibadan. On Saturday, 14th September from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The locations are Abuja and Kaduna. Lagos, the commercial hub of Nigeria, will have 6 designated conversion centers. The first station being Lagos at Femadak, kilometer 42, Lekki Ekpe Expressway, Majek second gate stop, Abijo, Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos. Portland also will have one at the interchange terminal in Bayo Shodikbo, Ojota, Lagos. Mezzovest will have a third one in Lagos at Aja, opposite Kilimanjaro, besides Libmart Motors at Lagos, the bus stop. Dana Motors will also have one at Kia Plaza, Oshodi Apapa Expressway, Isholu, Lagos. MBH Power would be a station for it, also in Ikorodu, Lagos. Autogig would conclude the 6-man list at Lagos in Bagada. Kaduna would have 3 stands, one in Rolling Energy, the other in Behin Mark Point at Ano 8 Machibi Road, Kakuri Industrial NIT Conversion, and the last would be in Zaria Conversion Center at Basawa Road, Paladan, Zaria, Kaduna in Ibadan. The other would be in Ibadan Rovers, Ajibode Retail Outlet along Ojo Road, and also in Ibadan Automation Orthogas, Plot 2 of Ibadan Industrial Village in Podo. Also in Nipco Abil Filling Station, that's in Ibadan, leaving the previous location in Lagos State. In Ogun State, it will be at NGTS at Abeokuta, Ogun State. Also at Next Gen, Olarun Shogo, Abiola Way at Abeokuta, also in Ogun State. In Abuja, it will be at Abuja NITT, Okon Street, Dakibiu, Jabi District, Abuja Conversion Center and Purpose Refilling Point, Abuja. ABG Dawaki would have another one, a conversion center in Kubwa Expressway at Charlie Boy Bus Stop. Portland would have another one at Obafemi Awolowo Way, Otako in Abuja. Bovas would have one, Herbert Macaulay Way in Buse, Zone 6 of Abuja. NIPCO would have in Sabonlugbe, Southwest Layout in Airport Road in the FCT. Abuja C&L Smart Energy Solutions Limited would also have one at Alaji Umaru, Miguel Zama, Petrol Station, Lokogboma.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bits on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on The Fact Today, only on ATN.
Welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. American coach Randy Waldrum has resigned as the coach of the Super Falcons. His resignation was contained in a letter dated September 12th. The 67-year-old cited health issues of his wife as the reason for his resigning from the job. He said, quoting him, "It's been a very difficult few weeks following the Olympics with my wife's health issues and the worries that obviously come with that. After much thought and consideration, I am hereby resigning my position as head of the Super Falcons. This will allow the NFF ample time to find the next manager to take over this incredible squad," the letter read. Randy Waldrum, who took over from the Falcons coach in 2020, led the Falcons to a semi-finals of the 2022 WAFCON in Morocco and 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, where the record African champions dazzled before bowing out on penalties to England in the round of 16. A different story, Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Peter O'Day, has lamented that the rich always likes to evade tax. He spoke on Thursday at the opening of the two-day induction workshop for the State Internal Revenue Board members. He emphasized the importance of paying taxes, disclosing that the government was devising ways to ensure that the rich pay more taxes to cover up the lowly paid workers. Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Peter O'Day, has lamented that the rich paid more tax. A different story. Central Bank of Nigeria has directed that all point-of-sale operators must route transactions through licensed payment terminal service aggregators. A circular posted on the CBN website on Thursday stated that the move was aimed at enhancing the tracking and management of electronic transactions in Nigeria as part of efforts to mitigate the concerns regarding channeling all point-of-sale transactions through a single aggregator. The CBN on April 19, 2024, granted a second PTSA license to Unified Payment Services Limited. The statement said, "In furtherance of the above, the CBN hereby directs as follows. Number 1, acquirers are henceforth required to route all transactions from POS terminals at merchant and agent locations, whether on physical or electronic POS terminals, through any CBN licensed payment terminal system. Aggregator PTSAs are required to send POS transactions to only processors certified by the relevant payment scheme, nominated by the acquirer and licensed by the CBN," the Apex Bank noted. It noted that the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, PLC, was granted a PTSA license in 2011 to handle the aggregation of POS transactions. However, to address concerns about routing all transactions through one aggregator, the CBN granted a second PTSA license to Unified Payment Services Limited earlier this year in April. It said, "To achieve the objective of tracking electronic transactions in Nigeria, The Central Bank of Nigeria in August 2011 granted a payment terminal service aggregator license to Nigerian Interbank Settlement Systems PLC. As part of efforts to mitigate the concerns regarding channeling all point-of-sale transactions through one single aggregator, the CBN on April 19, 2024 granted a second PTSA license to Unified Payment Services Limited. The CBN has instructed that all acquirers, the institution responsible for processing payments from POS terminals, must channel transactions through any of the two licensed aggregators. In addition, licensed processors are required to integrate with both PTSAs to give acquirers the flexibility to choose their preferred service providers. It noted that payment terminal service providers responsible for deploying and managing POS terminals must ensure their devices and applications are configured to work with any PTSA chosen by the acquirers. According to the CBN, PTSPs are also required to submit monthly reports to the CBN detailing the number of merchants and agents they manage, as well as the PTSA services being used. Similarly, the CBN has mandated that each PTSA submits monthly reports of all transactions processed through their platform. According to the Apex Bank, the reports must be submitted to the Director of the Payment Systems Management Department within 7 days after the end of each month. The CBN urged all PSPs to regularize their operations and with the PTSAs within 30 days, warning that non-compliance with the directive would attract appropriate sanctions. Recall that the Corporate Affairs Commission announced on July 7th that all point-of-sale operators in the country must register it before September 5th. Nigerian Air Force officer David Sangokoya has been awarded the International Sword of Honor for 2023 at the Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, United Kingdom. This was disclosed in a statement shared on Facebook by the Nigerian Air Force on Friday. The statement is titled, "NAF Officer Awarded 2023 International Sword of Honor at RAF College, Cranwell, UK." It read, "A Nigerian Air Force officer has been awarded the International Sword of Honor for 2023 at the Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, United Kingdom. Flying Officer David Sangokoya attended the Modularized Initial Officers Training (MIOT) course 22 as a